Oh my god. You should include
Great
that.
opening. Great opening. So, so you're just dead now from that, right? I finished my monster, and it was super silent, so I just figured, I'll just freak him out. So I just chunked my monster can at the wall.
Oh my god.
And it was really funny.
I was not ready for that.
I knew, that's why I did it. Anyway, I'm Shadow.
I'm Tab.
And we are here today to bring you Leg Lift, the episode, followed by my mother's intuition.
Oh god. Dropped my phone from doing a leg lift.
Yeah, that's why you're not the leg lifter. You're not the lifter of legs.
Oh, they love this level.
So, how was your geometry question about the proportions of my face?
Oh,
from last
that
episode?
question. The one I crumpled up, tore up, and destroyed in a fire because I was done with it.
Then why did you give me a paper that said 4 on it?
Because you wouldn't accept a non-answer. You didn't accept a crumbled, charred piece of paper.
No, you gave me like a burnt scrap of paper
with the number 4 on it. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. You didn't have a number on it, and then you wrote on my hand 4.
I burnt onto your hand 4.
Yes, wrote like a pentagram on the floor, and then like called Satan and his demons to like char the number 4 onto my hand. Now there's just a burnt 4 on my hand. It's just charred on there forever. Now it's gonna scar, and I'm gonna have a story to tell my girlfriends.
Can we move away from the discussion of hell? Like, really, we're playing a nice cutesy yard game, and we're just
we need a little like Satan in this because it's too cute.
we don't. Trust me, Poochie is all we need.
He's enough Satan for all of us.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. After that talk of the Devil's Nectar, I just got.
I'm glad I just buried you in the snow.
I'm gonna leave you.
Please go ahead.
I'll try and be better for you.
Oh god. Oh god.
But after that 4 incident, I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever get through it. I don't know if our friendship can ever be repaired.
Oh, I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah, I mean, when you summon a demon to char the number 4
oh, what have you done?
I left.
You left when you didn't get the yarn?
Yeah. Now that you have the yarn, our friendship is repaired.
Okay,
you've done it.
Good, I sewed it back together.
Yeah, the 4 is now off my hand. Apparently, it was just a temporary thing.
Good.
I didn't realize that when you called Zalzabar to like do
Zalzabar?
I don't know.
Are there any other like entities you'd like to bring into this? Kronos, Erebus, Nyx, the god of death. Do you need to bring him into this?
What about Flatulence? Can we bring Flatulence?
Flatulence, the god of farting.
Yes. Okay. Actually, he's the god of boobs, but he just likes to like pretend he likes to throw everyone off, really.
Oh, I see. Oh god!
Ha 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 ha! You died, and I lived a nice life with 4 children, and then I laughed at your dead corpse, and I'm terrible. And then
it's snowing.
I felt miserable.
Oh god!
And then I felt miserable about it 8 years later, and then killed myself.
Oh.
So that's the story.
Thanks for describing a typical drama.
Yep, that's the typical reality show.
Yeah.
Stacy. 5 years ago, I watched my best friend die at a mountaintop. The snow was caving in on him, and I reached out. I was like, "No, don't go."
Just weakly
from the safety of my cottage.
No, don't go.
As I looked out the window and saw him running at me.
From the safety of your cottage.
I was bundled up next to the fire with a blanket and a book.
Oh my god! Get out of here, Lakitu.
And he was snowboarding for his life down that mountain, trying to get to me. He was trying to warn me about the cannibals that were after me. But then
why does this sound familiar? This sounds too familiar.
But then the cannibals actually died in the snowstorm with you as he was riding down the snowboard on the mountain. The avalanche got to him.
Again, this is sounding very familiar.
And then the Yeti came and gobbled them all up. I couldn't save him.
What a trick ending.
I tried to reach my hand out, but I was too warm and snuggly.
Too warm and snuggly? Do you have your, what do they call it?
My hot chocolate was just the right flavor, and it was just hot enough, and I didn't want to ruin it.
What were the blankets you could wear?
Snuggies?
Snuggies, thank you. I couldn't think of it. I was gonna say, I would have reached out my hand for them, but my Snuggie was broken, so...
Well, I was too bundled up. It was too much of a struggle. I knew he would have wanted it this way. He wanted me to be happy. He wouldn't have wanted me to be afraid and sad for him. He wouldn't have wanted me to risk my life for him. Even though he was yelling even though he was yelling at me and saying, why, as the avalanche was burying him alive, saying, why did you not help me? That, Stacy, is the story of how I let Jared die.
Jared.
So, yeah, that's the story of Jared, if anyone wants to know.
Well, too bad for Jared.
Yeah, I left him.
Tried.
I tried, honestly.
You tried so hard.
I tried so hard
and got so far.
I tried so hard to save him. I honestly thought me reaching out my hand,
My God.
reaching out my hand, just barely out of that Snuggie to reach out for him would have been enough to reach through that cabin and give him the motivation and the courage to get back to
God,
the
you
time.
destroyed a
To get back
life.
to the safety of that cottage. I had a hot chocolate waiting in the wings for him. I was prepared. He didn't give 110%. Do you know how much I gave for him? I gave everything I had.
Oh my God.
I gave everything for Jared. Everything. My life, my soul. I poured a second cup of hot chocolate for him. And then I had to drink it because he died.
Well, too bad for you.
And then do you know what happened when the marshal came and it was like, why are there 8 dead bodies down here?
Oh God.
I was like, well, you see, my friend felt it was necessary to not try. I was the one pulling the strings, trying to save him. I got a Snuggie and a hot chocolate ready for him, and then it turned out that it was just too warm and inviting, so I used it instead. He was just not quick enough. He just decided that, wow, maybe, I'm not good enough for the Snuggie and hot chocolate. So, I used it. I used it, Marshall Joe. I used it for him.
And the marshal was just like, well, okay, that's fine. He did try.
He looked at me and cried. He was like,
cried?
you know what? You're right. He should have tried harder to get to that cabin. It's like maybe if he was running faster on his snowboard that he was on,
Oh my God.
away from the cannibals.
Well, I'm glad he can run
He was
on a
also being
snowboard.
chased by the Yeti.
When did this got a strange turn?
What? Jared being chased by cannibals who were being chased by the Yetis?
And then, I'm gonna guess aliens came next?
No, that's in part 2 when Elizabeth comes into play.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bring Elizabeth into this.
Yeah, we haven't even got to Elizabeth yet. This was a 3-man expedition.
God.
So, I was on the cabin in Mount Everest, having my nice cup of hot chocolate with my Snuggie, watching Jared die right outside my cabin. Elizabeth was in the bathroom.
Oh, God.
And then, after we got snowed in by that avalanche, I was like, Elizabeth, you need to go shovel the snow. We're stuck here.
God.
And she was like, do it yourself! So I was like, no, who do you think I am? Snooki from Jersey Shore?
Snooki from Jersey Shore. She would do it by herself.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Because she's Snooki. She can do everything.
Ooh.
And
What
then,
are these
And then,
things?
of course,
Are these, like, socks that knit
I don't
themselves?
know. And then, of course, Elizabeth was like, well, sometimes I wish you were Snooki. And then you wouldn't even guess what happened. You want to guess what happened?
I really don't want to guess what happened.
Snooki jumped out of the oven and was like, yo, what's up, everyone? I'm Snooki.
That's what she says when she comes in.
Yeah, while she was eating it, she had a pickle jar and she was unscrewing the pickle
God.
jar. And was like, anyone want some pickles?
Is that a thing she does?
Yeah, she eats pickles.
Why?
Because
Those
she's
things are
Snooki. Also,
disgusting.
I think we missed some stuff over here, by the way. So, anyway,
over
I
here?
forgot about Snooki and Elizabeth. We haven't even got to the juicy part of the story yet.
God.
So,
Is this where Brad comes in?
No, Brad is in chapter 3. You're
sorry.
really rushing this story. You need to calm
I'm
down.
sorry.
So, let me tell the story, okay? This is chapter 2 of The Tropical Island.
The tropical island with avalanches.
Yeah, don't ask about the name yet. It'll go a full 360 in a couple seconds.
Oh God.
So just be prepared. I'm gonna let you do this on your own.
All right then. You tell your story while
So-
I play the game.
I'm sorry, everyone. Let me just scoot you back over next to me in my beautiful, luxurious voice.
God.
So, Snooki popped out of the oven. Elizabeth's in the bathroom. I'm like, whoa, sister girl, where you come from? And I was like, hey, Snooki, wanna go shovel some snow? And she's like, oh my gosh, yes, it's my favorite pastime. And I was like, yes, girl, go shovel that snow. So she went out there to shovel the snow. And that time I was like, Elizabeth, you done the bathroom? I need to take a 2. A number 2.
You need to take a 2.
I need to take a 2. And then she was all like,
wow.
She's like, just go outside. I'm doing my makeup. I have to get ready for the ball.
There's a ball on this
she's
island
getting
of
ready
snow.
She's getting ready for the spring fling.
The spring fling on a tropical island full of snow with Yetis.
Yes, exactly. We haven't gotten there yet. She's like, I am stuck here in this cabin, and I am not going to miss the spring fling because Brian and Brad are going to be there, and they want to ask me out. Snip, snap, paddywhack.
I'd give a dog bone. Oh, God.
So she went on her little tyrant. So I had to go out in the snow and take a poop. But you know what I found in the snow? I found Jared. He reached up through the snow and was like, I'm still alive! Help me! And then I got super scared because I had no idea who it was. So I just started to beat it with a stick.
Oh, God.
So I was like, die, you monster, you! And then I found out it was Jared, and I was like, oh. So I covered him up with snow so no one would find him.
Oh, God. It's a murder mystery, everyone.
And then I just blamed it on the Yeti, so it all worked out.
Well, good thing, who was it? Sheriff, what's his name?
Sheriff Joe.
Yes, thank you, Sheriff Joe.
It was Marshal Joe, by the way.
Sorry, Marshal Joe. I'm glad Marshal Joe just didn't realize it.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't look at the bludgeoning that happened. He was just like, oh yeah, you got bludgeoned by snow. Multiple times.
Yeah.
It's multiple mini avalanches that are coming for his face.
Oh my God.
So after I got done taking a poop, I go inside. Snooki's nowhere to be found, by the way. So that was my first concern.
Oh,
and then
first concern is my Snooki.
And then the bathroom door was wide open, and Elizabeth's nowhere to be found. So I was like, oh, thank God. So I actually went to go wipe my butt, since I couldn't wipe my butt with anything besides icicles, and those were not fun, by the way. Don't ever do that. So I'm in the bathroom wiping my booty, and then Snooki jumps out of the shower and is like, I'm done shoveling the snow.
Just out of the shower?
Yeah, while I'm wiping my butt, mind you. So I'm like, yes, girl, now wipe my booty. So she wiped my booty for me because she's Snooki, like, and she's awesome like that.
Oh my God.
And then, after that, I was like, hey, Snooki, have you seen Elizabeth? And she's like, yeah, she got abducted by aliens.
Why is that, like, her voice? I don't
Because
understand.
this is Snooki's voice.
That is the most disturbing voice.
So after that, I was like, oh, crap, she's going to miss the spring fling.
Oh, God.
And I really didn't care about her missing the spring fling. But she was my carpool to the spring fling.
Oh, I see.
I didn't have a ride because she had the car keys with her. So I was like, oh, crap, I got to get to the spring fling, or I'm going to miss my date with Jeanette.
Jeanette?
Yeah,
McCurdy?
yes,
Jeanette McCurdy.
I was going on a date with Jeanette McCurdy, and I was not going to miss my chance with
Yeah,
her.
you'd make every guy jealous, for sure.
I actually,
Make me a little jealous, for sure.
I actually blackmailed her to go to the dance with me.
I mean, that's a little
I
different.
kidnapped her mother and kept her in my closet until she said yes.
Wow.
So
Persuasive.
that's just a little side story, but we won't go into that.
Persuasive, though.
So I was like, oh crap, Snooki, what are we gonna do? We gotta find her and get those car keys. So she's like, I know where they are because I'm actually related to the aliens.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
So she was like, what? Signaling the aliens, and then just out of nowhere, the ship just comes down and lands on Jared.
Poor Jared.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the alien ship. And Snooki's like, but that's not the right ship. It's actually the Snarlargs.
Excuse me?
It's their arch nemesis, the Snarlargs.
Snarlargs.
Snooki is actually an angler.
Are you kidding me? I'm all the way back at the beginning.
Snooki's an angler, and her arch nemesis is the Snarlargs. So,
This is getting a little too complex for me. What the
I'm
heck
sorry, that
just
was my
happened?
bad. I was too busy telling the story of the Snarlargs. This is chapter 3, by the way.
Oh my God, how many chapters are there?
I lost count.
God.
There might be a few. So after she's done like After the ship comes down, it's the end of the chapter, and then you turn the next page of the tropical island adventure,
Oh my.
starring Shadow and Jared.
And Jared, just in smaller text.
Yeah, just really small. It just keeps getting smaller. Starring Shadow and Jared. So anyway, chapter 3, the invasion plan.
God, suddenly Avatar.
Yeah. So, out of nowhere, Aang comes out of the alien ship. And then
Are you kidding me?
And Snooki's like, oh my gosh, it's the Snarlarg leader! And then I was like,
leader?
oh my gosh, Aang's the Snarlarg leader! It all makes sense now, that's why he has all these powers! And then Momo just like flies out and goes, "Ah!" and just like grabs onto Snooki's.
Could you repeat that little comment, please?
Momo comes flying out of the ship and just like attaches to Snooki's face, going, "Bah!"
It's an accurate description.
And then Snooki's like, oh my god, it's on my face, it's gonna ruin my makeup, which is the source of my powers. So Snooki is just getting torn up. I'm like, oh my gosh, Snooki! So I just get a shovel and start beating her over the head with it.
Beat Snooki over the head?
So I got Momo to, like, I killed Momo basically.
Poor Momo.
Yeah, he's
He
dead.
deserved
And then we ate him later, but that's in chapter like 6 or something.
I have no idea where I'm going with it. I have been stuck on the same thing.
It's okay.
For the entirety of this story.
You're good. You'll find your way. You'll find your way.
God.
So anyway, where was I? Aang, right? Aang.
Oh my god.
So Aang comes out. It's like, oh my gosh, Momo, firebending Earth.
Firebending. The way you said that was hysterical.
So icicles just come flying at us because
Why thought it was fire and air?
well, I mean, the fire got frozen along the way because it was so cold. So he's just like, icicle attack. So eventually,
Good Lord.
Snooki just gets impaled all over the place. She's like, oh my god! And I'm like, Snooki, no! Well, nah.
No one liked Jersey Shore anyway.
But it's okay because there's a revival planned in chapter 4.
Oh,
so
God.
just be prepared. So eventually, I was like, Aang, you can't do that to my girl Snooki! So I just run at him. I'm deflecting all these icicles like, ha! You can't take on my troll nature! I'm too strong for you!
Oh god.
And then I just run.
Why is this turning to like a really bad anime?
And then I just keep running at him. Just keep running. Running. And then I keep running. He's really far away and just running at him one step at a time, 1 foot in front of the other. Running. Like, you don't understand how much I had to run. It was at least 4 miles.
Oh god. Not 4 miles.
I mean, 4 miles going up a mountain on full of snow. It was a lot of running. But then it turned out it was an optical illusion. I was actually on a treadmill. So I got off. I got off the treadmill, started running some more and running. Then it turns out I was on the same treadmill for some reason.
Oh my
so I got off and then actually started running. Then I punched him in the face, and he fell down. I was like, ow! And I was like, yeah, take that, Aang. What's up? Maybe you should go back to your mom. Oh, wait, she's dead.
Wow.
And then he was all like, you're right. And then he shot himself in the face. So, because Aang had a gun with him, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know why he uses bending instead of shooting the gun.
Now, he's the leader of the Snarlargs. What do you think he's gonna do? So, eventually, Snooki, like, I go over to Snooki after everyone's dead. I'm like, oh my gosh, Snooki, she's dead! What do I do? How do I get the keys back from Elizabeth, who's on that other ship?
Should we use the snowmobile, the snowboard, or the can?
So eventually, I grab this can, and
I just did that as a joke. Oh my god.
I grab this can of beans, and I'm like, what do I do? This is the only item I have to give her. So I'm like, wait, idea. There's an alien ship with
God.
tons of alien technology on it. There has to be something in there I can do to save her. So I go into the Starlarg's ship, and then in there is a revitalizing device that revives people from the
God.
dead. So of course, I go over to Jared, and then I bring him in there and revive Jared. But it doesn't work on him because he's not alien, and it doesn't work on like humans. It turned him into a pile of mush.
Oh, oops.
So I was like, oh man, oh it's okay. It was just Jared.
Oh, dang it.
So he eventually got stuck down the trash compactor. So he's
Oh my god. What a violent way to go out.
so Jared died,
I noticed.
and then you don't even want to know. So eventually, I brought Snooki into the revitalizing machine, and then I found out that it runs on beans. So I was like, what? I have a can of beans. So I put the can of beans in the revitalizing machine, and then
What?
bam, Snooki, back to life. She was like, oh my gosh, thank you for saving me. Now I owe you one favor. And I was like, girl, you better get my keys back, or I'm gonna stab you. So she was like, okay, let me call the right aliens this time. So she's like,
Oh, God.
and then she called her people down. And do you know who her people were?
More
it was
Snookies?
No, it was actually a lot of Porky Pigs.
Oh, God. Not Porky Pig.
So Porky Pig just comes out like, hey, I got your keys. We might have dissected your friend Elizabeth, but here's your keys.
God. Accurate description.
So I was like, man, I guess Elizabeth's gonna miss the spring fling and her dance with Brian and Brad. But I got the keys, so I was like,
Oh, I finally beat it. Yes.
so here, let me get through the chapter 5 real quick. So
Okay,
eventually,
hurry
me
up.
and Snooki we get in the car, and then we're like, we're going to the spring fling. And Snooki's like, yeah, spring fling.
God. Grab your controller, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry, girl. So we're driving to the spring fling, and then we'll have to like go over this in the next episode. And then roadblock,
Oh, God.
and until
Oh, we got the Fluffin' Puffins.
I'm not gonna tell you who like was at the roadblock and like why it was there and who started it and like the complex like situation behind it until the next episode. But it gets juicy.
What a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's a pretty big cliffhanger. Someone dies. I mean, a
God.
lot of people have died so far, but
Yeah, it has been a lot of bloodshed.
this is like a big one. Like this is a big death.
Oh, man.
So in the next episode, we're gonna find out why there was a roadblock, who started it, who's really behind all of this,
Oh, God.
and why there's a spring fling on a tropical island, and why the tropical island is frozen. We're gonna find that out next time.
Oh, jeez.
I hope you guys are ready for that. Chapter 5.
I'm not ready for it.
You're not ready for my book? I should just turn this into a book.
Yeah,
It'd
you
be a great
should.
book.
It's going to be a ridiculous book.
It'd be the best book ever. It would be it would be like on the level of 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
Of how terrible it is. So anyway, guys,
More like 50,000 Shades of Grey.
wow, that was terrible. Anyway, guys, make sure to watch the next episode if you want to figure out what happens to Snooki and me. And Brad. Brad's going to be in the next chapter or two.
Oh, God.
So, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Sorry the episode was probably forever long. Because
It was a
someone
long
could not
episode.
figure out how to get past this
It
level.
was a little hard.
So, make sure to do all that crap, and we will see you guys in the next one. Brad, too. Not Jared, though. Jared died. Well, maybe. We'll see.